Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's around 10:15 a.m. going on a little weekend getaway with my family. So I just got back in from Seattle last night and it was so chaotic. Like the entire way. When I got on the link in Seattle, then it kept like turning on and off and being super weird, and then at some point all the lights and the power went out in the train. After like 5 minutes it turned on again. After that happened, the train driver told us to get out 2 stations away from the airport, and he was like, oh, we have to wait for the next train. So then we get out, wait for the next train comes, it's packed. Then I rush through the airport, security is a mess, I am sweating, it's so hot. I'm carrying like 5 things in my hands, it's too much basically. I have to take out my ID, I have to take my boarding pass, like I was just all over the place. When I get to the gate finally, I sit down, have a coffee, have like 10 minutes to chill, and then board the plane. But thank goodness I had priority boarding, I guess, because I had a carry-on, which I had to pay for, which is stupid, but Frontier will do that to you. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to pay for a carry-on because it's pretty much obvious that you're most likely going to bring a carry-on item, so why should I get charged like $100 on top of my flight ticket? Makes no sense to me. No sense. But basically, plane takes off, it's great, it's like 8 p.m. when it takes off. I watched Mission Impossible, so much fun. As the movie finishes, we're landing the plane, and then for some reason it just like bounces on the track. Like usually it'll go like, you know, but it just like went. It was definitely a little bit frightening, and people were like, oh my god, and stuff, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the smoothest landing, I'm not gonna lie. Finally we land, and we get to like the gates and stuff, then the pilot announces that there are like no parking spots for the plane, and that we're like in the 3rd spot. He's gonna like update us every 15 minutes. This might take a while, and guess what? It did take a while. After an hour and a half, Frontier decides that they're gonna be super nice and offer us free water finally. But then the pilot says that we are finally suited to find a parking spot. So we didn't even get our free water. And then I got picked up by my family, went back home, and finally was in bed at about 3 a.m. And now I am here, pretty much awake. I'm surprised because I'm not super tired. So I'm getting ready for this little trip. I think it's only about 2 hours away that we have to drive, so it's not even that much. But before we do that, I wanted to give you 2 little updates. One, I was in Seattle for about 2 weeks, and that's why I haven't really posted anything in around 2 weeks, but I'm gonna get back on track and post weekly, so don't worry about that. And then second, when I was in Seattle, me and my best friend, who I go visit there, we decided to dye our hair pink. We both dyed parts of it, and about 5 days later I was so frustrated with it. It got so crispy and like it was magenta, and I was not having it. So she cut my hair and it looks really cute. So it's this length now. You can still see some of the pink right here, but it's faded out pretty nicely actually, and I really like it like this now, and it's so much softer. Like I don't even know where to begin. My hair was crispy. It was haystack quality pretty much, and now it feels so smooth. It's like a huge relief I didn't even know I needed. And also she gave me this little choker, which I'm trying out here. I don't know if it's the vibe, I don't know, do we wear these anymore? Are these out of style? Are they frowned upon? I don't know, but it kind of makes the outfit look cute, so I'm keeping it. Okay, now for reals, we gotta get going because it's gonna get late. Getting Toad vibes. It's like a roller coaster. Alright guys, so there's been 2 major updates. First being our car heated up and completely broke down halfway on the drive, so we had to call a mechanic, take a ride on the tow truck, which was super fun actually, stuff at the mechanic. And then from the mechanic we had to take an Uber to get to the car rental place, then take the rental car and come over here, which was like another 20 minutes. So altogether, I think our car broke down at like 2:30-ish, and it's like 5 almost. I saw a few pictures online of this place and it looked so incredible already. And then we got here and it is truly spectacular. So I was gonna show you guys around, give you a little house tour of the place we're staying at. It is so beautiful. And the second update was I decided the choker was not a look. Conclusion, it's off. Let's get going. Bring the bottle tonight, red wine to rerun all our memories right.
It's just a matter of time before your cheeks turn into peaches and the stars realign. Another glass of wine to find the diamonds in your eyes, darling. Another glass of wine, you know it's time. 3, 2, 1. We're counting shooting stars on the side of my bed, and now your lips tattooed on the side of my neck. Another glass won't kill you, right? Gladly she replies. You got me running circles inside of my head. Now we're doing everything that I wish you had said. Another glass won't kill you, right? Gladly she replies like and in the morning you awake to a happy sunny day, and you happen to lay right here with me. If history repeats, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're counting shooting stars on the side of my bed, and now your lips tattooed on the side of my neck. Another glass won't kill you, right? Gladly she replies. You got me running circles inside of my head.
It's pretty cold, but the cool thing is they have a bunch of these really fluffy blankets, so very cozy out here. The hot tub is warm and functioning as well. I'm so excited to go take a dip in there. I think those are the rest of the plans for the night because it is kind of late and the sun is setting. I think we're just gonna take it easy and enjoy the house and enjoy a meal and just like spending time together. Yeah. So I'm all done, dressed, ready to go. We had some breakfast on the porch outside, but now it started raining. And the plan originally was to go hike at Booth Falls. Overall, it's like a 3 to 4 hour round trip. But since it started raining, I don't know if we're still gonna do that. The plans aren't really set in stone at this point, but I think it's gonna be exciting regardless of what we do. We just got back a little bit ago. It's around 6 right now, and we're just gonna make dinner, probably go to the hot tub again. Tomorrow is our last day here. I'm gonna have to drive back home, but basically the entire day has been so rainy. Like, it was pouring down. We wanted to go on a hike and couldn't because first of all, they changed the parking situation, so there was no parking, and it started hailing, and it's the end of June. We walked around Vale, and then we drove over to Breckenridge and walked around there. A really fun day all in all, even though our original plans did get a little bit wrecked because in Vale we wanted to get on a gondola, but then it was closed because the weather was sucky. So, but despite all of that, it's still been a pretty amazing day. I also want to show you guys this cute hoodie I got in Breckenridge. It's really simple, but it's really cute in my opinion, and I really like the color, and the inside is so soft. Hi, good morning guys. This is my third and last day here, which is exciting but a little sad because it's so beautiful out here. I just woke up. I didn't sleep too great, to be honest. I slept better today than I did the night before, but I did wake up because the dog kept whining, and then he was like trying to climb the bed, and he's a tiny thing. I mean, he's like this big, and the bed is like 4 feet high, so he obviously can make it. I had to like send him out of the room at like 2 in the morning. It's almost 7 a.m. We have to get going out of here pretty quickly because if you remember, our car got towed, so we have to take care of that situation and probably take the rental back and then tow the car home. I don't know, it's a weird situation because the car is towed like really far away from where we live. It's gonna be interesting for sure. But besides that, I'm gonna get ready for the day, probably have a little breakfast and some coffee. I forgot to film yesterday, but we had coffee out on the porch, and maybe we'll do that again today. that was what my weekend looked like, and it was super exciting, and I'm so happy and grateful I got to spend that time up in the mountains at this beautiful place. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I also have additional great news that my channel is almost about to hit 500 subscribers. We've grown tenfold within the past 2 weeks, which is just unbelievable. So I thought for my next video, I'm gonna go ahead and do a Q&A so you guys can get to know me a little bit more and answer some questions maybe. So the way I'm gonna do this is on my Instagram. Go ahead, ask anything you want. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube, it's just Anastasia Foss. That's in the description below, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here, and see you next week.
I don't need delicazzo cazzo.
I'm saving that, putting that in the bloopers.
Bloops? Toots, Mr. Toot.